Rosalie.
Yes po, sir.
Nag-message ako kay Mrs. Rod. Pwede na daw mag-admit.
Okay po.
Cover na naman dito. Ha?
Morning. Tulog pa rin si Alistair.
Children, pwede niyong i-rename yung inyong mga Zoom name dyan. Yung iba po naka-grade 5 pa. Grade 6 na po kayo. Paki-rename po. Thank you.
By the way, at the check, how are you, my dear students? Kung ang lahat. In the meantime, That's my grandma. Yes. Yeah, I
Good morning, children. In few minutes, we will start our program. For the meantime, you can do personal necessities first. Thank you so much.
I can't minimize. Oh, nasan yung top?
Why is my name admin?
Excuse me, please stay muted, participants. Thank you so much.
Aga yung tulog. Maaga mo natulog.
Antok-antok din ako. Palagay ko kaha, tapos ano sila. Sige lang, akan si Jingjing na gano'n. Na
Hi, good morning, everyone. For us to experience the excellent flow of the virtual pupils orientation program for this academic year 2022-2023, kindly observe and follow religiously the general guidelines and procedures during the entire program, or should I say the reminders. First, the participants are allowed to open their video camera, and the host is requesting the participants to stay muted. So if you will not say something, just stay muted in order we can have this excellent flow of the program. Number 2, we will be giving you, dear children, an overview of the academic policies and guidelines of the Multinational Sacred Heart School Incorporated for this academic year 2022-2023. We have also chat box will be used for necessary inquiry and other clarification. Again, chat box will be used or utilized only for necessary inquiry and other clarification. You may use the reaction buttons such as virtual thumbs up, heart, and the like. If you want to do personal necessities, please turn off your camera and microphone. And lastly, everyone is prohibited to annotate the screen. Again, everyone is prohibited to annotate the screen, meaning you should not do anything or you should not annotate anything that cause distraction or some disturbances in our program. Do I made myself clear, children? Thank you so much. Once again, good morning, everyone. Could you please click the heart button to show that you are happy to be here today, and that gives enlightenment to your co-attendees. Everyone, please click the heart button. Thank you so much for the obedience. Before we begin the program, please allow the administration to record our session for today. One key element of this orientation is getting pupils going into the right direction. Part of that is feeling welcomed, valued, and at home here on this institution, the multinational Sacred Heart School Incorporated, and learning how to put your best foot forward, regardless of your backgrounds and previous experiences. The multinational Sacred Heart School Incorporated had the pleasure of helping you, our dear learners, either in person or online distance, or simply called the blended learning. Innovative educators have been creating new delivery methods in education by combining elements of in-person teaching with technology-enabled learning to bring learners together. The enthusiasm, the warmth, the careful planning, and the spontaneous collaborations of administrators, teachers, maintenance, staff, and FAMCO to make this academic year 2022-2023 remarkable. And most important, the efforts of so many people coming together simply to help you, our dear learners, to make a difference and make a life. That sense of community is a part of what makes MSHSI special, and now you are part of this community too. Every one of you has a special place here. Don't lose your nerve. It won't always be easy, but it will be great. Now, our omnipotent and gracious God is always watching and guiding us. To adjure the Almighty Father, may I request everyone to stand and have a moment of silence, and let us offer ourselves to the Lord as we pray the opening prayer to be led by Miss Luz M. Kaya. This will be followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem and School Hymn.
Let us remember that we are in the holy presence of the Lord. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, the Holy Spirit, amen.
Our dear Almighty Father, we express our sincere gratitude for the gift of another day. We ask forgiveness for our sins, for which we lay our regrets and sorrows. Thank you for your overflowing and unending patience, kindness, and love that you shower us every day of our lives. Today, as we gather for this special event, we humbly seek your divine providence to help us share your grace to others. Help us engage in meaningful discussions by giving us wisdom, understanding, and guidance. Help us learn and grow and love one another so that we can become better children of yours. Amen.
Most Sacred Heart of Jesus, I place all my trust in you. Mother of Christ,
Pray
pray
for
for
us.
us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
Please remain standing for the Philippine National Anthem.
Lagay po natin ang kanang kamay sa ating dibdib at sabay-sabay nating awitin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Bayang magiliw, perlas ng ilanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiin, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mamakhal, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawal mo'y tagumpay na nagnininig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw na hapit nagsimba, langit sa timog. Aming ligayan na pagmamangakit, ang namatay ng layo sa'yo.
Stand tall and let's sing the school hymn.
Sons and daughters cherish, thy noble truths inspire. We sing our endless gratitude, whose never-waning faithfulness, and fill your love we ever give, our fortress and our shield. Forever live our memories, we treasure in our hearts. Forever may thy name be honored in our soul. Oh, hail Alma Mater, forever hail to thee. With thy noble aspirations, our youthful hearts soar high. Oh, sacred heart, school so dear, hail, hail to thee. May thy light and truth forever will reign.
You may now take your seats. At this moment, I would like to take this opportunity to invite the one who gives direction to every pupil and teacher in the school. She has been our guiding light and has always encouraged everyone to give his or her best in our community. She makes the task of running the school look so smooth as she silently and effortlessly manages this huge task. All of us look up to her because of her dedication and compassion to her craft. Children, please help me in welcoming our directress and school principal, Sister Divina I. Valdez, for her welcome message. A warm round of applause, please.
Okay, let me just check. Can you hear me?
Yes, sister, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you very much for that very overwhelming, amazing introduction. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure,
Now,
sister.
good morning, my dear children. My dear pupils, how are you?
Children, your response?
Here, I want to hear.
Good.
I'm doing great.
Good. Okay, God is good.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
God is good.
Yes. Okay. School is very essential for various reasons. It teaches and prepares you for the future in making life and difference. So it is now my great pleasure to welcome you all to Multinational Sacred Heart School Incorporated and Merville Sacred Heart School for blended learning. I'm delighted to see you virtually today and even more in face-to-face starting tomorrow. Are you excited to meet your classmates, your friends?
Children, are you excited?
Yes.
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 Me too. We are excited to see you. A special welcome to those who are new in this institution. Kindly give me a heart button for those who are new. The grade 1 especially, the transferees. Let me see. Okay, very good. And for the all students, the grade 2 up to grade 6, the pre-kinder and kinder, kindly give me thumbs up button. Okay, thank you. I hope and pray that we will learn, discover, and have fun together this academic year 2022-2023. My heart is filled with gladness because you are our dear pupils, have chosen the lively, challenging, diverse, and warm community that foster positivity, respect individual uniqueness, and hone spiritual development. Therefore, I am encouraging you to start this new academic year 2022-2023 enthusiastic, motivated, and inspired. Whatever the pandemic has thrown at us for the past years, it has also brought us closer together in new ways. So let us remain calm, understanding, inflexible in facing every challenges that comes in our way, in our life. Continue pray for peace and good health for everybody. And do our part together in complying the protocols to keep our community safe and healthy. I look forward to getting to know you, our exceptional young learners, to help provide a rich assemblage of opportunities for you to learn, to grow, to discover for who you are and how do you want to make a difference in our country and in the whole world. Again, welcome for this school year, for this academic year 2022-2023. Thank you and God bless.
Thank
At
you
this
so
point,
much. Sorry, sister.
at this point, I would like to introduce to you our faculty, grade school faculty for this school year. Okay na sir yung slides?
Sister, you're just only for the welcome message. The teachers will introduce only
The faculty. Okay, thank
Yes,
you very
faculty.
much, sir. God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Sister Divine, for that warm welcome. I think she deserves a big round of applause. Children, thank you so much. Before we proceed, let's check first the attendance. You may use the assigned reaction button for each level. Are you ready, my dear children? Okay, let's start here. Where are the angelic and amiable preschoolers? You may click the heart button. Thank you so much. How about the active grades 1 and 2 pupils? You may click the thumbs up button. Let's see if the fun-loving grades 3 and 4 pupils are here. You may click the applause button. And our last but not the least, the critical thinkers, grades 5 and 6 pupils. You may click the joy or happy button. Again, questions, those who are raising their hands, questions will be entertained later. Let us proceed. Because of your superb participation, please give yourselves a round of applause, children. Thank you so much. Please stay muted also. Thank you. Now, think for a moment about some related learning modalities. Blended education, in-person, and ODL. All of these involve learning the concept of place or distance and the use of technology. Whatever one chooses to call it, blended learning combines classroom and online education. And because of improvements in both school curriculum and digital technology as a learning model, it continues to gain momentum. For us to know the definition, excuse me, once again, please stay muted. For us to know the definition of terminologies on this blended learning we called, it is my pleasure to call in the hardworking English coordinator and grade 6 St. Germain class advisor, Mrs. Annalyn A. Matibag. A warm round of applause, please.
Good morning, dear children. I hope you're all okay today. I know you're very excited for your online and face-to-face classes.
Bakit?
Okay, so let me give you some of the important terms that you're going to meet in your online and face-to-face classes. Okay, first we have the blended learning. This refers to a learning delivery that combines face-to-face with any or a mix of face-to-face learning, ensure social distancing, and decrease the volume of people outside the home given time. Next, we have synchronous activity. It refers to any activity that is scheduled to happen at an exact time in a virtual place that has been agreed upon or announced earlier. This may be used for academic instruction, where the teacher facilitates a class in a real time to explain concepts or demonstrate skills. We have the asynchronous activity, which refers to any activity designed by the teacher that may be done by the student at different times, but still within the given parameters. This allows for flexibility in terms of the learning pace of students, availability of gadgets, studying, working time, if a student needs to be assisted by parents who have their own busy schedules, strength of available internet connection, and others. Asynchronous learning may also refer to independent work provided by the teacher to be done passively within a learning block. Learning Management System, or the LMS, refers to the software application that houses the students' online courses and facilitates interaction between student and teacher. Through the LMS, students access courses, materials, announcements, resources, links, and other online tools. Most communication between student and teacher will take place in the LMS. Phoenix ARA-Links is a holistic instructional technology integration program for innovative teaching and effective learning. It is a blend of relevant digital resources, appropriate technology, customized faculty training, and reliable support critical elements in building next generation schools and the 21st century learners. Next, we have the Collaborative Learning Environment, or CLE. It is the Phoenix ARA-Links homegrown learning management system designed to enhance teaching and learning processes. The CLE is a virtual classroom where enrolled students engage in collaborative and engaging activities. It is also a repository of ARA-Links educational resources and various activities such as digital assessments and interactive presentations. The CLE is also home to a comprehensive course framework aligned with the DepEd K-12 curriculum. It has standards-based interactive resources that include, first, interactive assessments that enable the teachers to fully maximize the benefits of using assessments as learning so students can fully own their learning. And multimedia resources, such as images that can be used by teachers to create their own content. So thank you very much, children. Good luck and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Matibak. I know for sure with your explanation, for explanations of those terminologies, these children will include these terminologies in their word bank. At this juncture, with great powers come great responsibilities. Rightfully, pupils play a huge role in classroom management. It's no secret that pupils are the future of a nation. Do you agree with me, children? So it is important for the teachers and pupils to work harmoniously together. To present the roles and responsibilities of pupils, may I call on the persevering grade 3 teacher, Miss Eileen M. Ebias. A warm round of applause.
Good day, my dear pupils. How are you feeling today? I hope you're still okay. So my task for today is to discuss the roles and responsibilities of pupils or students. All students have the right to an education in an environment that is conducive to learning. So in order to preserve that right, all students must become aware of the following responsibilities. Each has a unique responsibility and role to play. These roles and responsibilities serve as a guide to each one to ensure the effectiveness and efficiency of online learning. Students like you will be more successful with their learning if you will be responsible, participative, and have this develop a positive attitude. So in general, these are the expectations. Number 1, attend face-to-face or online class punctuality and regularly. The absences recorded will still be covered by the policies stated in the student handbook under DepEd Order number 8, 2015. And absentees are required to submit an excuse letter. Tardiness as well will still be recorded as stated in the student handbook. Number 2, wear prescribed school uniform during class hours. Okay. For the girls, white blouse with a school logo on its left collar, checkered string tie for high school. So we don't have string tie here, but we have the checkered bow tie for elementary. Checkered skirt, black shoes, and white long socks. For the boys, wear a white polo shirt, logo on the pocket, dark blue pants, black shoes, and white socks. For preschool, light blue dress with white baby collar, black shoes, and white long socks. For the boys, dark blue short pants, black shoes, and white long socks. For the PE uniform, white t-shirt and loose jogging pants. Okay, next. Number 3, all students should wear white sandals under the uniforms. Number 4, girls are not allowed to wear necklace, dangling earrings more than a pair of earrings, or expensive jewelry. Boys are not allowed also to wear any kind of earrings or tattoos, and the like, also piercing. Only simple and not expensive watch and a pair of earrings are allowed. Next. Number 5, students should not place any accessory in their school uniform or in their ID without prior permission from the principal. And number 6, be responsible in accomplishing the task within the required time. You need to answer the assignments, offline activities, and any other form of assessment honestly and independently. Number 7, you ask question. Kids, ask question when something is not clear or not understood during class discussion or forum session, any individual consultation period through your advisor or your subject teachers. Do not be shy to ask questions with your teachers. Number 8, manage time well, prioritizing school duties over the other personal social media accounts. Number 9, observe good grooming during face-to-face and online classes. You need to have a proper haircut for the boys and for the girls. Prescribe uniform. Number 10, participate actively in all online school activities required by the school, such as the First Friday Mass, that is monthly, and other religious activities. Example, recollection. Okay. Next, number 11. Be prepared for the face-to-face or online classes with all the necessary materials. Number 12, participate actively in face-to-face and online discussion or in group collaboration tasks. Number 13, be open to accept help from their parents, teachers, and guidance counselors. Number 14, must abide by the rules stated in the Republic Act 10173, which is the data privacy law and the rule of plagiarism. Number 15, maintain holistically balanced lifestyle and have a good physical, mental, and spiritual health through proper nutrition, adequate sleep, regular exercise, and prayer life. Next is number 16. Teachers' presentations are meant for their classroom discussions only. Therefore, recording or doing print screen are prohibited, especially in online class. Teacher will provide the link of their asynchronous activity through the school's LMS or ARA links. Lectures and other learning materials will be posted in the student's LMS. Number 17, recess will be done inside the classroom and no sharing of phones. Last, follow procedures, rules, and policies. That's all. I hope you're able to understand well the roles and responsibilities of students. Thank you so much, my dear pupils. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Miss Ebias. I guess our learners are now aware of the rules and responsibilities. I would suggest, children, that you must reflect on it with a heart. You can't go wrong if you are on the right track. Before we proceed to the next part of our activity, okay, I want you to do a simple sit-down exercise. Just follow me. Sit properly, sit tall. Okay, follow me. Raise your both hands up and shake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wave. Touch the sky. Push up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Wave again. Harder. And down. Okay, thank you so much, children. Because I can see others are still sleepy. Am I right? Now, let's proceed to our next part of the program. How is blended learning influence the teaching and learning environment? This question continues to gain traction as teachers study the beauty of how blended learning interacts with cognitive, affective, and behavioral components of pupils and examine its transformation potential for the institution. To present the general guidelines for pupils in online distance learning or ODL, may I call on the goal-oriented and EdTech pundit, Mr. Andy B. Tunyakaw. Together with him is also to present the general guidelines for pupils in face-to-face learning. We have the dedicated grade 1 teacher, Mrs. Emily E. Castillo. Together with her is the creative and earth conservation advocate, Mr. Joel P. Fatlaunag. Let us give them a warm round of applause.
School is very essential for the growth and development in all learning aspects of our children. In the new normal setting in education, multinational Sacred Heart School Incorporated is giving a good quality education that brings lots of opportunities and unlocks their potentialities. This is in line and needed to the 21st century's goals and objectives in education. Good day to everyone. It is my pleasure to discuss to you the general guidelines for pupils for online classes. For the general guidelines for pupils for online classes, there are 3 parts to be discussed today. A, before online classes, B, during online classes, C, during discussion board. Things to be observed before online classes. Number 1, choose a quiet place which is conducive to online learning engagement and away from noise. For example, pets, television, loud music background. This kind of environment for learning will help the students to learn effectively. Number 2, remind parents and other members of the household not to interrupt during online classes. Most of the online classes are held during AM time. Number 3, prepare the necessary school materials needed for the online classes and do away with those things considered as distractions like online games, Facebook, and other social media platforms. The student must be reminded for things that will be needed for the online classes. Things to be observed during online classes. Number 1, join the synchronous session on time. Checking of attendance will be done by the class advisor and subject teachers. Absentees are expected to submit an excuse letter. Checking of attendance may be done during morning exercises period. Avoid being late during synchronous session so that you can't miss any discussion in your class. Number 2, use first and last name accordingly. Using code name or alias is not allowed. Number 3, keep microphones off. Broadcast, turn on microphone only after being acknowledged by the teacher. Number 4, keep your focus during online classes as time is limited. Untoward interruptions such as yelling, inappropriate laughing, taunting classmates, name calling, etc. will surely cut short precious learning time. Students must be cooperative and attentive during synchronous session. Unnecessary noise and other related may delay the class discussion. Number 5, refrain from eating, drinking, or chewing gum when the online class is ongoing. There will be a time given to you to take your snack and lunch. Number 6, attend to your personal necessities before the online classes. Secure teacher's permission when leaving the session to attend to personal necessities. Always notify your class advisor or subject teacher when leaving the session. Number 7, use the chat box to ask questions relevant to the discussion and avoid talking about unrelated topics. Number 8, think before you click or type. It is very important to proofread and check before we send or post it through online media platforms. Number 9, report cyberbullying or inappropriate online content. Safe and healthy learning environment must be observed both sessions in online distance learning. If there are some incident like this, don't hesitate to report it to your class advisor or subject teacher. Number 10, promote a positive environment by practicing empathy, solidarity, and altruism. Number 11, use clear and concise language. Always try to use proper punctuation, spelling, and grammar. Number 12, avoid slang terms or text lingo and text abbreviations, such as letter U instead of word U. Number 13, use standard fonts that are easy to read. Example, Advantage, along with a consistent and readable size, 12 or 14 font size. Use of emoticons may not be appropriate in formal sessions. Reserve their use in informal chats with peers and teachers. Number 15, inappropriate humor and sarcasm should not be used during formal online classes. A peaceful and harmonious online environment needs to be maintained where everybody feels safe. Next, things to be observed during discussion board. Number 1, make posts that are on topic and within the scope of the lesson or materials given. If necessary, reread all the instructions. Number 2, take posts seriously. Review and edit before sending. It is recommended to always read, check, edit, and proofread before sending it. Number 3, be concise when making a comment. Number 4, always give proper credit when referencing or quoting another source to avoid plagiarism. Do not repeat someone else's post without making a new addition to it. Number 5, read all messages in a thread before replying. Number 6, be courteous to other students and teachers. Number 7, respect others' opinion and express disagreements in a non-critical and constructive way. Inappropriate, offensive, or threatening comments, misrepresentation of identity, and or disruptive behavior by any participants during synchronous session will not be tolerated. Our goal here is to build a harmonious relationship virtually. Stressing also values formation is also essential to us so that our children will become more appreciative and favorable in the learning atmosphere. Thank you very much and God bless us all.
Good morning. Good morning, dear children. How are you today? Are you still okay? Can you give me a thumbs up? Okay, that's great. So as MSHans, we must be reminded of the following guidelines for pupils during face-to-face classes. First is about attendance. Regular and punctual attendance in all classes is required of all students. Parents and guardians are expected to cooperate with the school regarding this matter. They should see to it that these points are well understood by their children as essential for their success in school. With regards to absences, when a pupil returns to school after an absence, he or she must present an excuse letter or explanation of absence signed by the parent or guardian and countersigned by the principal before he or she could be readmitted in class. An absence may be excused or unexcused as determined by the principal of her representative. An absence, whether excused or unexcused, does not exempt the student from his or her responsibilities in school. After 2 unexcused absences during the quarter, the parent or guardian will be given due notice and the student will be warned that the 3rd unexcused absence carries with it an automatic suspension. Suspension from classes shall be considered an unexcused absence. With regards to prolonged absence caused by illness, must be justified by a written statement of the parent or guardian of the student and a doctor's certificate. In case of a contagious illness, the student must bring a certificate from the attending physician that there is no more danger of contamination. Students who are absent should present a doctor's certificate. A pupil who incurs 20 days successive unexcused absences shall be considered automatically dropped. A student who has incurred absences of more than 20% of the prescribed total number of school days for the school year will be given a failing grade and will not be given academic credits for the course as DepEd Order Number 8, Series of 2015. Okay, children, take note of this. Social appointments of any kind, welcoming or sending of relatives and others, appointments with the doctor, dentist, lawyer, etc., are not regarded as excused absences. They are not considered sufficient reasons for missing school. Parents, guardians should consult the principal before scheduling any of the above-mentioned appointments. Now, children, if you missed a summative assessment, you will have your make-up for it upon arrangement with the subject teacher. No make-up work will be given after the agreed scheduled date or time. A failing grade or an equivalent average will be given for that particular activity. Next is the tardiness. Pupils who come to school after the morning assembly are considered tardy. In order to be admitted in class, tardy pupils or students should accomplish the explanation for tardiness slip, have it signed by the principal or her representative to be presented to the first period subject teacher. This slip must be countersigned by the parent or guardian and verified by the class advisor the following day. Tardiness may be excused or unexcused as determined by the principal. Now, for unexcused tardiness incurred during the quarter, the parent or guardian will be informed through a written correspondence and invited for a conference with the class advisor and the principal. Now, for those pupils who has incurred 5 unexcused tardiness during the quarter, it will be subjected to a 1-day suspension. Next is the permit to leave. Okay. A. Pupils are not allowed to leave the school premises during class hours, only in case of emergency and for urgent reason. A student accompanied by the parent or guardian may leave following this procedure. First is to inform the subject teacher or the class advisor. Second, accomplish the permit to leave the school premises slip. Have it signed by the attending teacher and countersigned by the principal or her representative. Third, present the permit to the security guard. Fourth, sign in the logbook of the guard before leaving, stating therein the reason to leave. Fifth, the accompanying parent or guardian should also sign in the guard's logbook. Sixth, the parent or guardian should accomplish the accompanying back to class slip upon the return and to be countersigned by the principal. Next, if the duration of leave is only for a short time, the student should sign in the logbook of the guard upon his or her return. Okay. So as MHSHan, okay, we must be reminded of good grooming and we must wear the prescribed uniform of the school. First is the haircut or hairstyle. A. Pupils are required to sport a neat hairstyle as prescribed by 2010 Revised Manual of Regulations for Private Schools in Basic Education as DepEd Order Number 88, series of 2010, number 157.2. The acceptable haircut for boys shall be at least 1 inch above the ear and 3 inches above the collar line. B. The hair for both boys and girls should not cover the eyebrows and should be regularly and properly trimmed. Skinhead and dyeing of hair are not allowed. Long fingernails, makeup, lip tint, and colored lip balm are not allowed except during program. School uniforms. All pupil students are required to wear the prescribed uniform at all times during regular school days. The school authorities have the right to ask the students to change or remodel their uniforms that do not conform strictly to the required prescribed uniform. The girls' school uniform must follow the prescribed length and cut. The length of the skirt should be 2 inches below the knee, and the blouse should follow the model provided by the school. No changes are allowed without approval of the school administration. Blouses or skirts should not be worn to combine with other materials or clothes, whether in school, on the street, at home, or at play. All pupils, students, male or female, should wear white sandals under their uniforms. Girls are not allowed to wear necklace, dangling earrings, more than a pair of earrings, conspicuous and expensive jewelry. Boys are not allowed to wear any kind of earrings. Tattoos, piercing, and the like are also prohibited. Only simple and not expensive watch and a pair of earrings are allowed. Pupils in school uniform must not be seen in public places like grocery stores, malls, movie houses, markets, and others, or when they go out with friends. They may be allowed to wear their school uniform during field trips or in occasions when accompanied by their parents or school representatives. Pupils or students should not place any accessory in their school uniform or in their ID without prior permission from the principal. And to discuss the other guidelines, may I call on Mr. Joel P. Fatlaunag, the Grade 2 Level Coordinator. Thank you, children, for listening.
Good morning, children. So today I will continue to present the general guidelines for pupils during the face-to-face classes. Let's go to the identification card. Your identification card is referring to your school ID. A. All pupils, students are required to wear their ID cards in the school campus at all times. Lost, torn, or tempered ID should be reported immediately to the office of the principal, and a duplicate card will be issued with a fee of 200 pesos. So if you will receive your school ID, you need to take good care of your school ID, and you need to wear your school ID proud. Entrance and dismissal. First, pupils and students should wear their ID while inside the campus. Number 2, pupils, students should have the temperature check as they enter the campus. 3, pupils, students must go directly to their school buses or private car upon dismissal. They are not supposed to roam and stay in school. 4, only pupils, students, faculty members, school personnel, and other persons who have legitimate business transactions with the school are allowed to enter the school premises. Department Order number 30, Series 1972, issued by the Department of Education, Culture, and Sports. 5, the school assumes responsibility for the students only during class hours. 6, pupils, students are not allowed to receive visitors in the school except those on official business and with permission from the principal. 7, no visitor is allowed to enter any classroom during school hours without a written permit from the principal. The permit must be returned to the high school office after the visit. Delivery of articles. The school administration does not encourage delivery of articles such as projects, books, notebooks, equipment, and the like before or during classes. The school wishes to develop among its students a sense of responsibility, which includes the appreciation of the habit of preparing all the things they need before coming to school. So always check your things before coming to school. Next, let's go to the suspension of classes. Classes are automatically suspended. 1, when announced by the Department of Education or the city mayor. 2, when typhoon signal number 2 is raised. Take note, children, the school will hold online classes when signal number 1 is raised, meaning we still have our online class if it is raised into signal number 1. Lost and found articles. The school expects its students to be responsible for the things they own and use. Parents are also reminded not to allow their children to bring excessive amounts of money or use expensive things that are not appropriate for to their age. The school will not be responsible for any loss of valuables which are carelessly left around the campus. Number 2, lost valuable articles should be reported to the director's office. Likewise, found articles should be surrendered, submitted to the same office for the proper identification and dissemination. Number 3, lost articles not claimed after a month will be donated to charity. School bus. May I know who are the school bus riders? Can you please click the thumbs up button? Maybe you don't still know if you're a bus rider or gonna ride in your private car. Okay, the school does not have any official contract with any bus operator. All students, pupils of MSHSI Paranaque are expected to behave properly and to always observe safety practices in the school bus. Phone calls. Students are not allowed to use the telephone during class hours unless with permission from the principal. Number 2, pupils, students may bring cell phone on campus for communication purposes before and after classes. So you are allowed to bring cell phones, but you will not use your cell phone during class hours, but you need to use your cell phone for communication purposes before or after classes. They are not supposed to use during class hours. Number 3, emergency calls from the family members should be, of course, through the high school, grade school office. Confiscation. Students, Pupils are not allowed to bring in comics, magazines, books, or things that are not educational in nature or do not promote good values. Games, toys, music players, and other expensive gadgets are not allowed. These are confiscated and submitted to the office of the principal. A confiscation slip will be issued by the attending teacher, and this must be given to the parent of the child on the same day of confiscation. The return or no return of the confiscated article will be determined by the agreement between the parent, guardian, and the principal. Pupils, students may bring tablet and or laptop if needed on the subject and with permission from the office. Using cell phone during class is prohibited. Taking pictures is not allowed. Thank you for listening, my dear pupils, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tonyakaw, Mrs. Castillo, and Mr. Fatlaunag. I know for sure our pupils or our learners are now governed with those guidelines. Let us give them a big warm round of applause. Thank you so much. This time, the policies are important because they help a school establish operating procedures and create standards of quality for learning and teaching, as well as set out expectations and accountability. In a nutshell, policies are important and should be part of any school system for its smooth operation. To give us the important details about the academic policies for this academic year 2022-2023, please help me in welcoming the ardent grade school assistant principal and academic affairs chairperson, Mrs. Yolanda A. Rodriguez. A big warm round of applause.
Okay. Let me check first. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear.
Is my sound clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Sir Ellie.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Good morning, dear children. How are you? I hope you're all okay there. Welcome to our orientation this academic year, 2022-2023. To the newcomers and transferees, welcome to your newfound home, Multinational Sacred Heart School Incorporated and Merville Sacred Heart School. I am sure you're all excited to know what our schools prepared for all of you for this year's blended learning modality. Am I right, children? Because you stayed almost 2 years at home. So I hope you will all listen attentively to the important topics that I will discuss to all of you for your information and guidance. So let's start now. Multinational Sacred Heart School Incorporated will still follow the K-12 Basic Education Curriculum, or BEC, guidelines on the assessment and rating of learning outcomes as per DepEd Order Number 8, Series 2015, from kinder to grades 1 to 10 of the current school year. Let's go to the grading system. Multinational Sacred Heart School Incorporated follows the K-12 Basic Education Curriculum, or BEC, guidelines on the assessment and rating of learning outcomes as per DepEd Order Number 31, Series 2020 for kindergarten, grades 1 to 10 of the current school year. Let's take a look at the table below. So we have here the assessment framework. So as you can see, this is for grade school. So there are two components na, for grade school. We have the written work and performance tasks. So you will be graded according to your written works and performance tasks. For languages, AP and ESP, written work is 40%. Performance task is 60%. For science and math, written work is 50% and performance task is 50%. And for MAPE, EPP, and computer, written work is 30% and performance task is 70%. Take note, children, that there is a big percentage for your performance task, especially in your MAPE, EPP, and computer. So be sure that you comply with the requirements. Next is the weight of components for kindergarten pupils. So the same, you will be graded with your written works and performance tasks. But for English, Filipino, and religion, written work is 40%, performance task is 60%. For math, written work is 50%, performance task is 50%. For computer, written work is 30% and performance task is 70%. Now, as you can see, you cannot see music, arts, PE, and health, science, and AP. Why? Because MAPE, for music, arts, PE, and health, will be integrated in all subjects for kindergarten. Science is integrated in English, and AP is integrated in Filipino. Next is let's go to the honor cards. I'm sure you're excited also to receive this. Am I right, children? Will you show me your heart reaction there? All right. So, Multinational Sacred Heart School is giving honor cards per quarter. So for this year, if you see that in red color, that is with the highest honors. So honor cards in blue color is with high honors. In yellow, that is with honors. So as indicated in the table below, are given to deserving students after every quarter. So just be sure, children, that your grade should be above 85 and no grade below 85. Okay, next. Let's go to the Academic Excellence Award. Multinational Sacred Heart School Incorporated follows the policy guidelines on awards and recognition for the K-12 Basic Education Program. This is as per DEP and Order number 36, Series 2016. All right, so we have here the cut-off grades. Under the Academic Excellence Award with honors, may karangalan, the cut-off grades is from 90 to 94%. With high honors or may mataas na karangalan, so for those learners who will get 95 to 97%, you will be under this, with high honors. And for Academic Excellence Award with highest honors, may pinakamataas na karangalan for those learners who will get 98 to 100% grades. Just be sure, I am reiterating this, no grade below 85. Okay, starting from the first quarter, up to the last quarter. So it must be consistent if you want to be one, okay, of the honor pupils. Next slide is the yearly awards. Okay, so gold, silver, and bronze medals are awarded to pupil or student who have reached the required grade as stated in the table for Academic Excellence Award with no grade below 85% in all learning areas. I repeat, with no grade below 85% in all learning areas. Next slide, please. Next is certificates are given to preschool learners who have shown their most relevant and most prominent abilities. They are also given another certificate to affirm their positive traits and attitudes or to recognize significant improvement in their behavior. Next is Multinational Sacred Heart School will have the learning management systems and applications for online learning. So as you can see, we have here the recommended gadgets per student or per pupil. So let's start. Learning management system application is Araling's Lite for this is an online distance learning approach. Take note, children will be using also Zoom. Next, recommended gadgets, desktop or laptop. So preferably desktop or laptop personal computer with Windows OS. Then you need also your earphones, microphone, and this is the most important one also. Webcam is required. Why, children? Because your teachers would like to see you if you're working actively, no, in all the activities that they will be giving to you. So be sure that your webcam is always ready and turned on. Okay, next. For the specific functions, all right, children, be sure that your gadgets are able to connect to the internet or can connect to the internet and can join video calls, can record audio and video, can run internet browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Safari, etc. And it should have office tools like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. For the specific system requirements for Android, Android 10 or later. For iOS, iOS 11 or later. For Windows, Windows 7 or later. For Mac OS, OS X, Yosemite 10.10 or later. Take note of this also, children. You must have your Zoom app and Gmail surname and your email ad. For example, Maria C. Tenebro. So it must be written there in small letters, continuous, Maria C. Tenebro at gmail.com. Okay, Next slide, please. All right, so these are the schedule of our major assessments. So this is for your major subjects, no? All right, so the first is on October 24 to 28, 2022, kinder to grade 10, and then October 25 to 28 for pre-kinder. And then December 12 to 16, 2022 for kinder to grade 10. And then December 13 to 16 for pre-kinder. For February 2024, 2023, kinder to grade 10. And then May 2 to 5, 2023, kinder to grade 10. And May 2 to 5 for pre-kinder. Okay, next po. All right. So children, this is also important. Please remember, sharing of Zoom link is strictly prohibited. The Zoom link that your advisor will give you is for your own class only. Okay, remember, do not share it. Okay, so that's it. So I hope, my dear pupils, that you were able to get everything that I have discussed with you. Good luck on your academic achievements. Try your best, study harder, and focus on your studies. Let us together embrace continuous growth and lifelong learning, especially in these challenging times. Once again, good morning and may God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Rodriguez, for those informations. I think our pupils are now cognizant about the academic policies. Children, let's give a round of applause. Now, before we proceed, may I request everyone to stand for a while? Sige po. Let's stretch those sleepy muscles. May I request everyone to stand? Even from the preschool to grades 1 and 5, may I request also to stand? Just for a while. And let's dance, children.
Hoy me voy con una loca, porque yo quiero follar. Hoy no le paramos a nada, trae la juca y vaso, que me boten del trabajo porque no me voy a acordar. Guang guang, changalaca, guang guang. Me fui con una loca involucrado. Mañana del trabajo te he botado porque yo estoy en alto, un vaso envenenado. Los cuartos que cobro los tengo gastados. No le paro a nada, yo lo cojo prestado. El hierro a cuarta lo tengo clavado. Esto yo lo hice pa' que está chochado. Desperté el vecino que estaba acostado. Y estoy loco, estoy loco. Estoy como que me saca la loto. Todo lo que tengo encima lo exploto. Y la que se me cruce le rompo su ay. Hoy me voy con una loca. Una loca, una loca. Porque yo quiero follar. Hoy no le paramos a nada. Trae la juca y vaso. Que me boten de trabajo porque no me voy a acordar.
Wang wang ting, changalaka ting tung, 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 wang wang ting, changalaka ting.
Dime quién aguanta eso, uno pone de todo y tú no pones un peso. Ponte pa' mí que pa' ti estoy puesto, yo me desacato aunque caiga preso. No te cotices y pásame eso, yo sé que quieres de mi aderezo. Es por ti que yo me emborracho y después tú me dices que soy un necio. Ay. Hoy me voy como una loca. Porque yo quiero follar. Hoy no le paramos a nada. Trae la juca y vaso. Que me boten del trabajo porque no me voy a acordar. Se pegó esta vaina. Ay. Este es Crazy Design. Y ya tú sabes que lo que. RB en la vaina. Ay, champola. Santana. Ese múngalo un tiro mata. La bichuleta. Diamante. Bandita. Dime José. Star Mac. Cucu dime. Visiones Music. Dime Tonti. Ezequiel. Juego pa' la calle. Está bueno el turismo en RD. Vamos muchachones con el coro. Los turistas. Los turistas. Los turistas. Los turistas.
Please remain standing. We are not yet done.
From the top of my head, way down to my toes. I can't keep it all inside. I want to jump with all my might. From the top of my head, way down to my toes. I can't keep it all inside. I want to dance with all my might. Everybody, everywhere, raise your hands up in the air and say Jesus. Jesus is alive. Everybody, everywhere, raise your hands up in the air and say Jesus. Jesus is alive. From the top of my head, way down to my toes. I can't keep it all inside. I want to jump with all my might. From the top of my head, way down to my toes. I can't keep it all inside. I want to dance with all my might. Everybody, everywhere, raise your hands up in the air and say Jesus. Jesus is alive. Everybody, everywhere, raise your hands up in the air and say Jesus. Jesus is alive. Everybody, everywhere, raise your hands up in the air and say Jesus. Jesus is alive. Everybody, everywhere, raise your hands up in the air and say Jesus. Jesus is alive.
Thank you so much. Please be seated. Oh, you are now fully energized. You want more? I'm just kidding. Don't forget to inhale and exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Thank you so much. Let's proceed now to disciplinary policies. Discipline in school is a vital in helping pupils achieve its full potential. One of the reasons to consider discipline in school to be a top priority is the fact that it leads to a better performance. A disciplined pupil can stay focused on his or her goals and keep his or her work as a top priority. This type of focus translates well into life outside of school as well. It helps pupils maintain standards in every area of life. To present the disciplinary policies, I would like to call in the work-oriented grade 3 teacher, Mrs. Catherine A. Tagakay, together with her, the commiserating grade school activity and math coordinator, Miss Mary Grace M. Borromeo. A warm round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. This is Catherine A. Tagakay, one of the grade 3 teachers. My task for today is to present to you the categories A and B for the disciplinary policies on the online distance learning. School rules and regulations serve to help the pupils achieve continuity for the academic in this new normal. Now, we are in face-to-face online distance learning. Pupils are expected to follow the online rules and regulation. They guarantee the atmosphere of order and quiet necessary for an effective teaching learning process. Pupils must bear in mind that disciplinary measures are formulated. First, help them attain self-discipline. Second, form and strengthen their ethical, spiritual values and develop moral character that will guide them to become responsible and mature Christians. Third, create an appropriate and safe environment for the success and enhancement of the distance learning initiative. Fourth, impress upon them the importance of law and order. Fifth, teach them to live by the meaning and ideals of justice. And sixth, safeguard the good name of school. Let us now proceed to disciplinary actions. First, disciplinary probation. Second, suspension. Third, dismissal. Fourth, expulsion. Classification of offenses. The offenses are classified in the following categories, which their corresponding penalties. Category A. Penalty dismissal on the first offense. And what are the offenses? First, drug pushing. B, engaging in drugs or possessing it. C, engaging in activities resulting to serious damage of campus or school facilities, properties. D, inflicting serious physical injury to any member of the school community. E, serious assault or threat against any member of the school community. F, tampering of school records or transfer credentials. G, possession of deadly weapons, gun, knife, knuckles, ice pick, screwdrivers, etc. H, hazing and other similar dangerous fraternity activities. I, any form of sexual harassment. J, scandalous, irresponsible opposite or same-sex relationship. K, gross immorality. We have category B. Penalty, first offense, conference with parents, and disciplinary probation. Second offense, suspension. And third offense, dismissal. And what are the offenses? A, making malicious, obscene, libellous, fabricated, and other similar statements about the school or any member of the school community through social media or any other form. B, any form of dishonesty or cheating in written works and other forms of assessment. C, cutting of classes, quarantine, leaving the online classes, face-to-face without permission. D, bringing liquor, vape, cigarettes, firecrackers, bombs, or pyrotechnics inside the school premises. E, stealing. F, drinking alcohol beverage. G, any form of gross disrespect of school authorities and teaching or non-teaching personnel through social media or any other form. H, affiliation with any organization whose objective and or activities are contrary to the philosophy, objectives, policies, and rules of the school. I. Tampering with the hidden the property of the school and of others. J. Falsification of school officials, documents, communications, etc. K. Promoting other doctrines contrary to Catholic teaching and disseminating materials for such beliefs. L. Cyberbullying or intimidating another pupil through social media or any other form. M. Posting information about teachers and pupils without permission. And aggressive behavior through social media or any other that affects the emotional others. O. Declaring threats that compromise full operation and security. P. Using indecent, vulgar language or images or defame school teachers and or school personnel on social media or any other form. Q. Indecent act outside or posted in social media in modest dress, lip kissing, getting drunk, etc. R. Promoting other doctrines contrary to Catholic teaching and disseminating materials of such beliefs. S. Engaging in cyber pornography or possessing pornographic materials. T. Any irresponsible behavior or other offenses not specially mentioned about but considered by the Committee on Discipline as serious breach of school discipline. Category C, B, and E will be presented by Ms. Mary Grace M. Romeo. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day.
Good morning, everyone. So here's the continuation of the disciplinary policies on the online distance learning and face-to-face classes. For category C, penalties are: first offense, verbal warning with accompanying disciplinary report; second offense, conference with parents and disciplinary probation; third offense, suspension; and fourth offense, dismissal. For category C, here are the offenses. Frequent unexcused absences or tardiness during face-to-face or online class synchronous. Eating, drinking, or chewing a gum during the online classes unless it is necessary or with permission. Bringing cellular phones, pagers, laser pointers, and other expensive toys, gadgets not essential to schoolwork. This will be confiscated by the subject teacher or the advisor to be submitted in the principal's office. Presenting a forged excuse letter, reply slip, or other letters of notice. Plagiarism. Sharing of login information to other pupils' or students' accounts that violates the right to habitual and or willful disregard or violation of school rules and regulations confidentiality. We have also using vulgar or indecent or offensive language. Inappropriate opposite sex, same-sex relationships, causing disturbance to the school community's values. Public display of affection or emotion that may be offensive or scandalous to others. Using email or social media to reveal information of a personal nature, removing the teacher or pupils or students from the group that leads to blocking the course of the lesson, teachers' work, and other pupil students' rights. Aggressive behavior that disrupts the learning process. And last, online misconduct. We have also category D. Penalties are first to fourth offense, verbal and written warning with accompanying disciplinary report. Fifth offense, conference with parents and disciplinary probation. Sixth offense, suspension. And seventh offense, dismissal. For category D, offenses under this will be counted per quarter. Preventing other pupils or students from attending their face-to-face online classes. Deliberate absence from student activities required by the school. Sporting inappropriate haircut or hairstyle, long and or painted fingernails, any form of makeup. Wearing of school uniform while loitering in public places, malls or theaters, computer shops and others, during school days without the permission from school authorities. Wearing of clothes or apparel in the school premises that do not conform with the proper dress code. Playing games except with express permission of the teacher because it is an educational necessity linked to the lesson. And no excuse letter signed by the parent or guardian after an absence or tardiness. And then negligence on the submission of school documents or requirements. We have also category E. Penalties are first to fourth offense, verbal and written warning with accompanying disciplinary report. Fifth offense, conference with parents and disciplinary probation. Sixth offense, suspension. And seventh offense, dismissal. Again, for this category, offenses will be counted per quarter. Boisterous laughing and shouting along the corridors that causes disruption of classes. Improper wearing of school uniform or wearing incomplete uniform inside the campus. Sample black socks or no sando and others. Not wearing of ID inside the campus. Interchanging school ID with other students or wearing old ID. No excuse letter signed by the parent or guardian after an absence or tardiness. Negligence on the submission of school documents or requirements. Repeated irresponsible behavior, delivery of articles at any time during the day, and going or staying in the clinic without a valid reason and others. We have also due process. Disciplinary action, when necessary, should be firm, fair, and consistent, so as to be effective in changing pupil or student behavior. The following steps are to be observed when an offense is committed. So here are the steps. Step 1. The advisor must notify the pupils or student's parent or guardian on the offense within 24 hours. The notification should be made first by phone, followed by a letter, and a copy of the disciplinary report. Second step, the parent or guardian and the child must come to the set appointed date for a conference. In the event that they cannot come, they must schedule the conference to another date. This step is considered very important in order to clarify the facts of the case. However, the unavailability or non-response of the parent for telephone contact or conference will not impede the school from continuing the investigation of the case. And in our last step, penalty is given after the conference. The probation takes effect after the contract is signed by the erring child and the parents. The suspension, dismissal, or expulsion also takes effect when the appropriate notice has been served, signed, and given to the parent or guardian. So pupils, thank you for listening, and may God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Tagakay and Ms. Borromeo. Do you agree with me that our dear pupils are disciplined and praiseworthy? Yes, of course. You must claim it, children. You are on the right school. But I'm encouraging you, children, to read the primer of the school, because the primer is the Bible of the school. Not literally the Bible with verses, but those are the guidelines. Please go back and read if you have the ample time. So this next part is very important also. We will watch the clip about the health and safety protocols. We're still in the pandemic stage. Every pupil deserves a quality education in a healthy and safe learning environment. Amid our country's continued recovery for COVID-19 pandemic, it's more important than ever for schools to prioritize the health and safety of everybody. We need not to be complacent. We can't go wrong if we religiously and heartily follow the health and safety protocols. Now, let us watch this clip.
Going back to school. Coronavirus has made the world a strange place over the last few months. I have missed seeing my friends, missed going on holiday, and I didn't get a birthday party. People are now wearing masks in shops and we haven't been in school for ages. But now it's time to go back to school. I'm feeling pretty worried about starting back. I have a different teacher and I'm going to miss being at home with my family so much.
I'm excited about going back. I can't wait to play with my friends. Although I'm a bit nervous and sometimes I have a funny feeling in my tummy when I think about school. My granny tells me that it's normal to feel like that, and that she still gets those feelings when she is doing something different or new.
Has coronavirus gone away now we're going back to school?
No, but my dad says we can all try and stop it spreading again. We can remember to catch our coughs and sneezes and not to go to school when someone in our house is poorly.
Do you think school will feel different to normal?
Well, maybe a bit. We'll need to wash our hands lots and keep using our hand gel. And we might not be able to see other children who aren't in our class.
That doesn't sound too bad, and I bet our teachers will still make things really fun.
Definitely.
What if I miss my mum and I just want to give her a hug?
It's okay to miss your mum. I think we will all miss someone. It's been so long since we've been at school. But just think about how nice the hug will feel when you see her at the end of the day.
My mum draws a dot on my wrist when she goes off to work, and she has one on her wrist too. Even when we are apart, we are connected by a magic thread. Maybe she could do that when I go off to school.
Oh, that's a good idea. You could also try and meet up for a play date with a friend before we go back.
I love play dates. Maybe I could draw a picture to take into school of something fun we did during lockdown.
Yeah, I want to remember some of the cool things I did with my brother. We watched loads of movies together.
I would draw one of my building block creations. What if I feel scared or worried when I am at school?
Tell a grown-up. They will be there to listen. Teachers are there to help us. Do you feel better now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Remember, we got through lockdown, so we can definitely get through this.
See, children, the video shows that we can do this. Just observe the health and safety protocols, whether you are at home, outside, and at school. Children, this ends our first part of our orientation. But our dear pupils, you are now loaded and aware of the information that you must or needed to know. This is only the first part of today's program. I am encouraging you to stay patiently in the Zoom room for the second part of the program, which is the class orientation or the level orientation. For the meantime, you may take your snacks and do personal necessities. Thank you so much, and God bless us all. You may turn off your camera while having the snacks, children. And don't forget to pray before eating. Wash your hands.